This week on CTV, we talked to a pair of our fellow Bears who are racking up awards, honor those who do a lot of volunteer work, and start a farewell to seniors. That and more, next. Hey, I'm Molly McConnell. The awards and honors keep piling up for a pair of Chrisman seniors. They created something you could see at Chiefs and Royals games at some point. As CTV's Destiny Farmer tells us, it could lead to an even better things in the future.
This idea all started with what seemed like a typical trip to work for Vincent Kent.
I was originally driving my truck down 24 Highway and I was going to work, and then someone followed me all the way down and they asked me how I was flying the flag from my vehicle. And then I started to think of different ways I could do it.
Then a vacation with Harrison and Laura cemented the idea that it could be something more.
When me and Harrison went down to Panama City, Florida together for vacation, we went on like the party strip down there, and there was about 30 trucks all together driving in a row flying flags from their vehicle, and then that's when I realized that it could be a very marketable place for a new product.
That led to the creation of their flag mount. The concept is simple, but it's gaining a lot of attention as they have received multiple awards. But awards aren't the only thing these two students are worried about. This product could be sold soon.
Yeah, this is definitely growing. Right now we already have a lot of potential customers already contacting us and waiting. We're already in contact with 3 manufacturers now, one in Kansas City, one in Lee Summit, Missouri, and one in St. Louis. We also have business advisors, patent advisors.
We hope to see our business continuing to grow with the trend. Because the trend only started a couple years ago, so hopefully that will still take off and also expand, and then our business will also follow the trend as well.
Kit and Laura feel this is just the beginning, but they think the future is bright. With Tyler Woodward, I'm Destiny Farmer reporting for CTV.
Congratulations to Mr. Stacy. The Missouri Journalism Education Association named him the Journalism Teacher of the Year. His students nominated him for the honor. This is Stacy's 13th year at Chrisman. Today marks the last block day of the school year. It also ends 3 weeks of extra block days. CTV's Devontae Brown talked to students about the impact of these longer class periods.
Testing is a big part of the end of the school year, and longer class periods offer more time for various assessments.
Well, I think it'll help testing scores because it gives them the proper time to actually take those tests. It does concern me a little bit about being ready for finals and some of that kind of stuff, but I think that it'll help their test scores because it definitely gives them the time to eat.
Yes, block days are good for testing scores because it gives us time to study and actually understand the work we're doing and just to get us a better understanding of everything. So I like them.
I think it makes it easier for classes that have really big tests that require an hour, so you couldn't do it in a normal day. But for a class that doesn't have tests, I think it's pretty pointless.
Although staff see progression, students still despise block days.
I don't like block days because they're so boring, and half of my classes are not fun and the other half are fun. So my odd days are horrible and my even days are great.
I don't think so because it changes our habit. We're used to the 44-minute classes or however long it is.
But others can see the value of block days.
I think that block days are amazing even though they're boring because it's time to work.
I've used my spare time this week on block days for getting all my projects done from my other classes and staying caught up with my work.
I've watched the students, and some of them are actually using their time to get extra homework done. The students who are behind have been coming and asking about how they can get their grades made up, so they've been doing a really good job with that. I have kind of noticed that seniors, it's actually been good for them because they've really been, especially the ones that are behind, they've been really catching up and their grades have come up during block time.
I have noticed that some of the students do come into the ACE office to get some extra work done, especially since it's toward the end of the year. So that's one of the things that they do.
Making sure I have all my grades caught up and that I'm going to graduate on time.
For John Robertson, I'm Devontae Brown reporting for CTV.
The volunteer efforts of some Bears got recognized earlier this week. CTV's Kelsey Toll recaps the ACE Club Awards and takes a look at why students are actually volunteering less these days.
One of the main objectives of the ACE Club is to encourage students to give back to their community. Students volunteer at various events like Harvesters and Get Out.
This year in ACE, I got 53 hours. This year I got 200 hours, and over the 4 years I've been here, like 600.
This year I got 352 volunteer hours. Monday night, the top volunteers received recognition at the annual ACE banquet.
The ACE banquet is a time where we get to recognize and award the students for their volunteer efforts, for all the volunteer opportunities that they were involved in throughout the school year.
Mr. Somerville says the number of students volunteering is actually dropping these days, but he says that's because ACE now wants students to get more out of their time spent volunteering.
We've been demanding that our students have more quality time versus just quantity, and that really cuts down on their involvement. So our numbers have dwindled, but it's more quantity time during the ACE banquet, and we feel really good about it.
This year's top senior volunteers, Dylan Neely, Harrison Lara, Josiah Butler, and John Mars, each acquired more than 470 hours. To be considered for the senior award, students must participate in ACE all 4 of their years at Chrisman. For Bacardi Hill, I'm Kelsey Toll reporting for CTV.
The end of the school year brings some rituals to the Chrisman Theater Department. CTV's Adriana Tonga gives us a look at what they include and talk to seniors about them experiencing it for the first time.
The theater department is a unique place with unique people, and while new faces grace the stage with production roles each school year, some traditions still carry on.
We have senior circle,
painting our senior block.
The absolute last one that theater does is the Oscars, which is like our banquet.
Some seniors feel privileged to finally be able to paint their blocks in the scene shop.
My senior block is top left-hand corner, very top. I made it hot pink, so it's like the first thing people see. And it's like,
My big block is up in the booth, which is going to be a ERS, which is one of the lighting instruments, shining down on a tennis ball, because my initiate name was Tennis Techie, and then it'll have every show that I've been involved in written next to it.
Another tradition is the Theater Oscars. A lot of preparation and organization goes into making sure the event goes smoothly.
Oscars is one of those things that it's a lot of stuff behind the scenes. After the voting has happened, then I have to tally everything and get trophies ordered and figure out who all has. Now, the thespian board helps with this part, but they have to figure out who all's lettered, starred, honor barred, and all of that. We have to get all those ordered, get them all in their envelopes, get ready to hand them all out. Then we have to figure out who's going to present each award and rehearse that. So there's a lot that goes into it.
The Oscars, which is a celebration for all the hard work we've put in throughout the 3 shows we do each year, a musical, a winter play, and the one acts. And after that, we hold an initiation ceremony for each of the new initiates for the International Thespian Society.
I want to address the sophomore class.
During senior circle, underclassmen and seniors share their thoughts and feelings.
Being really close to a lot of the seniors this year and last year, it makes it difficult to, keep a happy and fun emotion during those times.
Senior circle is always a big one for seniors, at least mainly because I get to say goodbye to everybody, and so it's really like an emotional time.
I was really happy to be here with everyone. I've been waiting for 3 years for that moment, and then I was also really sad. But I know it was kind of a mix, honestly.
Well, when I was talking, I was like, okay. I wasn't too emotional or anything. I was just kind of like, I'm gonna miss you guys. Like, I wish I would have been here sooner. And then as other people started talking who I'm really close to, like, I lost it. I was bawling.
Students say these traditions offer a nice way to close out the school year. I'm Adriana Tonga reporting for CTV.
A new squad of Bears is coming up to stomp out bullying next year. 19 students will make up the Enough Bullying cast. They will perform skits and sing songs at Chrisman in the middle school around the district next year. Next year's color guard is set. After 2 days of clinics last week, tryouts were held Monday. 17 students made the squad. Ashley Johnston and Jose Mendoza will co-captain next year's group. Friday, the U.S. Army came to William Chrisman to put the Bears to the test. They conducted a series of team-building activities for any students wanting to participate. One of the students broke the U.S. Army planking record. Senior Anthony Wheeler lasted 26 minutes. A reminder for seniors, tomorrow is your last day to get all your work done. Teachers must turn in your grades before they leave, but this also means it's the last day you'll have to take finals. Don't forget, if you have 90% attendance and no office referrals from the last incentive on March 18th to May 17th, at the end of the day, there will be a yearbook signing party in the large gym.
Here at Chrisman, we're all about the 3 B's. Be active, be involved, and be a bear. How do you do that, you ask? Guys? Well,
Come to a game.
Come to a show.
come to my meet, come to my game,
Come to the choir concert.
Come to a show.
come to my game. So remember, be active, be involved, and be a bear.
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 Be a bear. Be a bear.
Be a bear.
We'd like to congratulate Miss Texter and their new Cinco de Mayo baby. Mr. Max Wyatt Texter was born at 2:43 that day, weighing 8.5 pounds and 20.5 inches. Mother's Day was this past Sunday. For some, it was a day of celebration, but as CTV's Rachel Bain tells us, others see it differently.
Mother stands for magnificent, outstanding, tender, honorable, extraordinary, and remarkable. Most people don't understand that.
Even sometimes when you don't feel like your mother's helping you, it's really just important to know that they're there for you.
We wouldn't be here without our mothers.
I think Mother's Day is a wonderful holiday to honor mothers. I especially like to honor my mother because she's done so much for me, and as my kids get older, it's fun to see them do things for me and make a special day out of it.
Some people have different opinions.
I feel that it's nice that mothers are recognized, but I think they should be recognized throughout the year, not just on one day. And so I find it being a lot about making money. Everybody's trying to sell flowers and things. So I find it very commercialized right now.
People do all kinds of different things for their mothers.
I think it's a personal opinion. I myself, we don't do anything really special for Mother's Day. What we do is we just do as every other day. We might do something special on another time when it's something special for maybe a special birthday. We probably spend more time doing stuff on birthdays than Mother's Day.
Normally, I buy my mom presents, and I also buy both my grandparents presents.
Well, when my kids were little, not always, because you still have to be a mom even though it's Mother's Day.
I'm Richard Bain, reporting for CTV.
From 4 years to 4 days, with so little time left in their high school careers, seniors had the chance to reflect on their time at Chrisman. From August of 2012 to now, seniors worked their way up the chain to graduation.
I love Chrisman more than anything. I love the teachers and administrators, but I'm ready to get out of here.
Each remembers some moments and people fondly.
My favorite memory from Chrisman is when we do the assemblies with the whole school and we do the Go Fight Win Bears.
Favorite memory was probably the Chrisman Crazy senior year.
I don't know, probably the friendships that I've made, because as we struggle together, but we all get closer as we both kind of all hate our lives.
My favorite memory would be cross country and track, just because it's such a close-knit family and sport that it doesn't feel like an obligation as much. It's just something to go and do, have fun with it, and also you get to compete.
But they also experience some situations they'd like to forget.
The worst thing about Chrisman is the room numbers do not match up with the way the building is set up, and it's so confusing. In freshman year, I thought I was going to die because I couldn't find my classrooms, so I feel really bad for all the freshmen that have to go through that all over again.
The worst part about being at Chrisman would be having to wake up early. I hate it.
Probably the parking lot. A while back, I got hit by a car, so that's about it.
Worst memory? Probably all the homework in junior year.
All of the tests. Every teacher wants to put like every test in the same week, and it's so stressful.
And there was a little bit of learning along the way.
I've learned that procrastinating is not a good thing. Don't procrastinate, it sucks.
How to write my name.
Now with only 4 days left, all that's left is to say goodbye. For CTV, I'm Molly McConnell, and as always, go Bears.